Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta. What Ifs. Today, I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto, as God of Cosmos, was summoned into Percy Jackson universe? And yeah, guys, it is an Percy Jackson and Naruto crossover and unscripted story as well. Now, before continuing, this shout out is due. Where is due? Shout out to Spydex Arco for suggesting this idea. Now, his version of the idea was a little bit different from the story, but I might have added a little bit of my own spice to it. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Polo Uchiha channel as well. And if you have any other recommendation or ideas or suggestions, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Mount Olympus. As we go there in the throne room to see that all the gods were seated there with a grim expression. Zeus, the king of gods, his lightning bolt clutched into his fist, was turning red with pure rage, because in front of him was an orb which displayed the events of Camp Half-Blood and Camp Jupiter, both of them raided and destroyed, and many of the demigods killed. The battle has taken a serious turn. Percy Jackson was wounded gravely and was now recovering in Apollo's temple alongside with Annabeth, Grover, and a few of the kids that have been saved, like Will Solis, the son of Apollo, and Nico D'Angelo. Talia Grace and Jason Grace all were there, alongside with Reina and Hazel and some other kids who have survived. This cannot be allowed to go on any longer. Our kids have suffered enough, Zeus, said Poseidon. I know, brother. But how are we going to face these demons? I do not know any of them. We have not fought them before. It seems that the Crooked One this time around is coming at us with full force, revealing his true cunning, said Hades, who was also allowed there for the time being, because he too was feeling the effects of this war since his domain was now pretty much full. And Aphrodite, who was grown cold because of her many daughters and sons dying, then said, we should rip out the head of each and every titan. I do not care how, but we should, because they have hurted my babies long enough. As she choked on her breath, because she, as a mother, could not withstand the effects of this war. As Athena then said, Father, logically speaking, we should be strategizing, but I can't. Malcolm and the others, they didn't survive. They remained behind to fight while letting Annabeth and some of the others to escape. I don't know what would happen if I lost her as well. As Apollo, usually the cheerful one, then said, they all will pay, but we are gonna need help. You know that we can ask the Romans. As Athena then sighed, clutching her fist because she hated the Roman aspect of their, well, selves. The Romans have fallen, said Zeus. What? What do you mean? The Romans, they have fallen. They have too sided with them. You all must have realized that your Roman selves have not contacted you when their Camp Jupiter was attacked. It cannot be, said Demeter. My Roman self would not disregard her own demigods. They are being manipulated. The Crooked One has gained control over them. How? Said Ares. How can that be? My other self is much more serious and intelligent than I. How could have he succumbed to such? Because our father wishes to play with us, said Poseidon, as he slammed his trident to the ground. Instead of chopping him up, we should have made him fade. He's gonna use our own counterparts against us. How are we gonna defend against an enemy who already knows what we're gonna do? As Zeus also had narrowed eyes, Hera, who has been seated quietly and tired throughout the whole conversation, then said, as much as I despise demigods, this cannot be allowed to happen. My counterpart is the first one to fall under the influence, because I, like her, wanted to get rid of the demigods, but this is absurdity. And the Crooked One shall pay. If he wants to play a game, he will get a game. Because we have no other choice but to play by his rules. As that is when a portal opened and in came Fates. As the eldest one then said, Lord Zeus, there is a way. Fates, why are you helping us? Usually you just remain by a side and because this is how not the prophecy was stated to go. Percy Jackson was about to succeed. The Crooked One has changed the prophecy and Chaos is not pleased with the suggestion that he has done. He was supposed to lose and you were all supposed to win. So, so all this suffering, it was never meant to be? Said Apollo. Our children has died for order's sake. Fighting the war that they did not even want it to fight. All because we pushed them to. I'll be damned if I allowed any of my kids anymore to fight this damned war. I'll go to war myself. As calming down Apollo, we see Hermes then said, Brother, calm down. Enough, Hermes. It's because of your son that this has happened. He knew the ins and outs of all camps, and he got many of the kids killed. My sons died too. And whose fault do you think it is? Enough, said Zeus. There will be no fighting here, as the thunder boomed. As Artemis then looked towards her brother, Brother, calm down. Easy for you to say, sister. You only lost one of the hunters. I lost my entire family. Saying these words, it pierced through Artemis' heart for the first time. Her usual annoying brother was acting way too much different. The toll of the war has taken quite a hit on him and his mentality, because he has seen many of his children die. As Chiron also had laid down his life. Even though he was an immortal, he has faded. As Dionysus, or otherwise known as Mr. Deaton, said, missing his, partner, Chiron and the others have laid down their lives, Apollo. Even my own son, Olex and Carter, didn't survive. The Crooked One will pay. But we should consider listening to the Fates, because they might have a proposition. Please continue. Everyone did not feel surprised because Dionysus was the one making the most, wise statement out of them all, because he too has taken a huge toll from this war, and shock, and trauma. As we were saying before, he is an entity that is put to sleep by his own will. He is stronger than even Chaos, because he is known as Naruto, a mortal from the age of shinobi, from the age of elemental nation, even long before any of you were born, that turned into the king of gods and cosmos of his own era, that later on all combined into one entity known as Chaos. He is even older than all of us. As this shocked everyone who was there. What? Yes. He, with his own will and requested to Chaos that he wishes to rest, and Chaos made a separate domain for him to rest in. He is still slumbering there, in a seemingly stopped time loop. If he is to awoken, he will be brought here. But know this, he is a conqueror. He will conquer this all, if he let loose himself. And even you all, or Chaos itself, won't be able to stop him. We have no other choice now in this, do we? No. We suggest that you make an alliance with him. The vows of the virgin goddesses will be lifted. Artemis, Athena, and Hestia. You three should engage in this. Engage with that man and make him bound to Olympus, to make him grounded. And one more thing. His personality is still stuck when he was a 17-year-old mortal who became the king of gods and cosmos. Extremely powerful and extremely deadly. Do you wish for him to be summoned here? We need to talk this through, Father, said Athena. And so the fates waited. Zeus, we have no other choice. Look, I know that you all three might hate this, but this is the only shot that we have. Our children have suffered enough. My son, he's in a life and that situation. His string of fate is already hanging as it is. I don't want to push my kid or any of your kid into the war meaninglessly anymore. I can't bear this burden. And I'm pretty sure that anyone here who has a child, a demigod, won't want to bear this burden as well. There was a heavy silence as Hera then said, but we must take into the accounts of our sister. They need to be prepared for this. And you as well, Athena and Artemis. As Artemis' skin was pale, as Apollo then said, if my sister doesn't wish us to, she won't. As Zeus then said, agreed. No, said Artemis, if my other sisters are not arguing about this, then so shall I. I will save us and our Roman counterparts and our demigods. No child shall suffer. I am a goddess, and I will take this responsibility as much as the other two will. As Hestia already agreed because it was in order to save her family. Athena knew the logic behind this and already agreed, and so did Artemis. You all three are doing this from your own heart. We are not burdening you. We will find another way. It is our own responsibility. It is time. Because we are done pushing our children into mindless wars. Thank you. The Olympus will thank the three of you for this sacrifice that you're willing to make. And so, Zeus nodded after getting the votes from everyone. Go on, Fates, summon him. As suddenly a portal opened as huge lightning struck down, and there he was, in the form of a 17-year-old wearing a orange jumpsuit and shinobi sandals, with a headband on his head that was almost rusted, with a Konoha symbol on it that had a huge amount of dents and whatnot. As his eyes, which were blue, then opened. I thought I was pretty sure that I wanted Hinata-chan to put me to rest. As that is when a huge amount of lightning struck down, and there stood in a black dress a woman with black hair and white eyes. Chaos. Hello, Hinata-chan. How are you doing today? Naruto-kun. I thought you wanted to rest. Why are you here? Why have you summoned him here? His job is finished. As now we see, the face then said, Hinata-sama, we have summoned him here for only one purpose. To save the Olympians. Their children have suffered enough. Wait, what? Naruto-kun, this doesn't concern you. Please rest. You have fought enough for all our sake. As Naruto then said, come on, Hinata-chan, don't be like this. As Hinata blushed, and everyone was quite shocked to see this. Excuse me. I am Zeus, the king of gods, but I wish to know, Naruto. How do you know Chaos? Lady Chaos over here. Oh, she was my wife when she was immortal. I used her body and soul and fused each and every god with her to make her Chaos. And everyone was shocked to find out about this. As Hinata blushed, Naruto-kun, seriously. And you, Zeus, you and all have caused enough chaos in this domain of mine. And why do you think I would allow my husband to intervene? But please, Lady Chaos, we need your husband's help. Come on, Hinata-chan, don't be like that. Alright, old man, I'll help you. What do you want help with, old man? As everyone bite their cheek from within, because this Naruto was an interesting person. Seriously, Naruto. Fine. Knowing that you have made up your mind already, I can't stop you. Just don't go overboard, okay? I promise I won't. And, you could have visited me. I have been getting quite lazy and tired within there. Wait, really? Said Hinata with a blush. But I thought you told me to. Jeez, Hinata, you always take things quite seriously. As Naruto gave her a hug, causing her to blush and almost pass out because it has been, millions and millions worth of fear. As Naruto then said, don't worry, I'll be back soon. As after Hinata left, she glared at the three women and said, I approve of your decision, though. It's up to Naruto-kun to decide. What? What decision? Oh, nothing, Naruto-kun. Just a little discussion between us women. As the three goddesses realized that, they weren't going to be his first brides. And once the chaos itself left, we see Naruto then said, alright, name's Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I don't know what my titles are, but I am known as the Orange Hokage of Konoha. Wait, why am I back into my teenage self? Um, Hinata-sama sealed you, well, in this form. Ah, jeez. No wonder she looked young. Oh well. Anyways, now that's not the point. What's the problem here, old man? Get on with it. Um, Naruto-sama. Is that the correct term, Apollo? Yes, father. We we need your help. Our demigods, our children, they have died for our cause, and at the hands of titans. And Zeus basically began to explain down everything, and then offered him the deal. In exchange for helping us, we will give you this much. Artemis, Athena, as well as my sister Hestia, the three virgin goddesses, will marry you. What? Why do you think I will want to marry them? And are you sure you're not being burdened in any of this? I don't want to, cause any harm. It's alright, old man. I'm not, here to help and ask anything in return. And your demigod's dying. That is a problem. Can you tell me where they are buried? I want to pay my respects. And so Apollo nodded and brought him to where the demigods were. As Naruto made a few hand seals in front of the gods, as he then said, his eyes turning from blue to purple with ripples in them. Rinnegan, Sage Arts, Rinne Rebirth. As suddenly the coffins rose from the ground and their lids came off, as their children who were dead then walked out. Amongst them was Bianca D'Angelo, as Nico, who was standing there, because the demigods have already been called and informed of who he was and what he was going to do, were shocked. Bianca, as Nico dashed towards her. Nico? Why are you so grown up? And many others who have died were also revived, such as Zoe Nightshade, and even the other children. Mother, what is going on? Asked Malcolm, as even Selena and Drew Tanaka, who had died, were also there. Mother? My babies. They're back. As Zeus then looked towards Naruto. How did you? I told you. I have some tricks on my sleeve, old man. As Naruto then said, anyways, you all need a parenting lesson, so I might have to teach you on that. But aside from that, I really need to make a plan on how to take them down. So I'm gonna need someone who's aware of this, his help. And a man who can tell me where I can find a huge smith, because I need a lot of kunais. I'm the god of forges and smiths. My name is Hephaestus, Naruto-sama. Well, I guess you, my dear man, can help me out here. Come on here, dude. And so Naruto brought Hephaestus to the side and helped and gave him the, blueprints and told him what he wanted. That? I see. I'll be able to help you with this three-pronged kunai. And so once it was being made by Hephaestus, we see Naruto turn towards Artemis and Hestia and Athena, who were there, while Zeus and the others were mingling with their kids. Naruto-sama. Naruto is fine. Naruto, then. We're grateful for what you have done. Are you sure you want nothing in return? Oh, why would I want anything in return? I mean, this is a world Hinata-chan created, right? So I'll be more than happy to help them out. You guys as well. But you're said to be the conqueror of gods and worlds and king of cosmos. Geez, those are just exaggerated titles. All I did was destroy the Otsutsuki clan and Kamiyami and Shinigami, who went quite rampant about me destroying them. But why did you do that? Well, they took everything away from me. My whole home, my own kids, everyone, they destroyed. All of them. And I failed to save them. Then I became so enraged. Something inside me shattered and I went on to, hunt them all down until nothing remained. Everything was destroyed. And that is when I got an idea. I found Hinata's body, revived her, and then combined the entity's strength and karma seals that were given to me by them, and gave her the power of a goddess, and requested her that I need to rest now, while she was tasked to recreate everything. I guess she must have been quite busy, since she didn't bother to wake me up. As thunder boomed on the sky, I didn't do that, said Zeus on the other side. Jeez, Hinata-chan. Stop causing tantrum. I'll be back soon. And no thunder came. As Naruto then chuckled. Well, anyway, Now that your kids are okay and fine, and all of you are here, time for me to hunt down some titans, as you said. Wait, Naruto-sama, said Athena. You might need to hunt down our Roman counterparts first. Yes, they're much more military aligned, and they have been under the control, like a genjutsu of a sort. I don't know what it is, but yes, under an illusion of a sort. Yes, fine. And so, after arriving to the Camp Jupiter, thanks to the directions, Naruto then brought out the kunais that Hephaestus forged. Damn, they're almost as good as Higurashi shop. I mean, Tenten-chan would have loved to work with this guy. Might have taken him as an apprentice. Anyways, let's get this job done. And so suddenly the Roman gods appeared. Mortal, stand down and bow in front of the true Lord and King, Kronos. And before anything could continue, Naruto then said, yeah, that is quite boring, man. Let's just get on with it. Do you talk a lot? Then Jupiter, getting enraged, threw down his lightning bolt, which Naruto caught and said, wow, this is quite pointy. Impossible. As Naruto then threw the lightning bolt at the others, who charged at him, causing them to explode. As Naruto then appeared and was surrounded by them, as Naruto then said, alright, Shadow Clone Jutsu. As 4 of Shadow Clones for each god then arrived, and then he summoned his true power, causing the whole earth to shake itself. And he beat down the Roman aspects. The Greeks were watching this from Olympus and were shocked and terrified. He's demolishing them and having fun. That is not his full power, is it? Said Zeus. And he was becoming more and more fearful of Naruto as the passing second go by. But there was nothing he could do. He was the husband of, well, chaos, and was the one who gave power to the chaos in the beginning. How do you beat someone that is that, as Apollo said, awesome and cool? And after the Romans were beaten, they were freed from the genjutsu. Who are you? And suddenly their connection to the Greek aspect was connected again. As they immediately realized, we apologize, Naruto-sama, for this disrespect, sir. I apologize as the king of the Roman legion. As Juno, who was next to him, also said the same words. It's alright. I guess you're back to your normal selves, right? Yes, sire, we are, said Mars, with a black eye. As Apollo then said, but sir, our demigods, they too have. Yes, I know. I already revived the Greek one, so why not the Romans one as well? And so, all the Roman demigods were revived. Even Octavian. Oh, you can kill that one. That is a bastard. Really? What? But Lord Apollo, I am your elite. Oh, okay, I got it. Who he is. Rasengan. And so, Octavian was blasted to ashes. There, done. Thank you. As Diana, as well as Manivra, and yes, I remember now, Vesta, all came there, who were the Roman counterparts of Hestia, as well as Artemis and Athena. Lord Naruto, we are humbled and thankful for what you have given. No worries. You're all okay, in my opinion. Anyways, I guess we need to hunt down these titans. Yes, my lord. But do you know where they are? Yeah, I already am aware, but I was hoping that you might know where the entrance or something like that is. Unfortunately, I do not. We were ambushed. There was a festival going on when this happened. Camp Jupiter and us were the first one to go down. I presume that the demigods on the other side also. As Apollo then said, yes, they all perished, except for a given few. I do not want to go through this again, father. Nor will we ever, son, said Jupiter. Lord Naruto is on our side. Yeah, I'll help you out. You know, even though you are aspects of one another, you're quite different. Yes, we do tend to get that a lot. Oh well, not that I mind. And so now we go towards Kronos' side, who has been informed and was now downright terrified. This cannot be. Atlas, we have to do something. My lord, said some other Titan generals, we are on your side. No matter if chaos itself come, you will become the supreme ruler of the whole universes. Is that what you believe? As the whole cave in which they were holed up broke down, as Naruto stood on the other side with both the Roman gods as well as the Greek gods. As Naruto then said, I'll show you what happens if you try to harm the people I love. As Naruto then said, step back for the time being. As he entered into the Baryon mode, that was quite terrifying power, even for the Olympians. And then he was a golden blur. What followed suit was a massacre of titans. They were bleeding gold blood and they did not regenerate because the kunais that Naruto had made and enchanted were made out of ancient ruins, even from the age of the titans itself, something they did never have dealt with before. And one by one they all fell. The armies began to disappear. Come, let us help Lord Naruto. Hunt down the monsters and the kindly ones. And so the Jupiter as well as Zeus led the war against the monsters. And it was like Titan war again all over the world. But this time around Naruto was able to destroy the Titans once and for all. Once done, we see a huge festival was being held on Mount Olympus. The Roman and the Greek were once united, and Naruto was there to celebrate. As we see Athena, Artemis, as well as Hestia then arrived. Lord Naruto, we are grateful for what you have done for us. Well, I am glad, but I need something in return now. Well, what is it? Said Apollo and Jupiter as well as the whole and everything halted. Nothing serious, I just want someone to show me around and I really want some ramen. I'm starving. And Apollo then said, Ooh, I can. No, leave this to us. We know where to take you and where to not. As Apollo deflated as Athena said these words. And so Naruto went out with the three of them across the whole world, testing and eating cuisines and even, well, getting fed by them. And slowly but surely, as they spent a whole month worth of month with Naruto, they developed feelings. And it was quite shocking because Artemis and Hestia and Athena were developing feelings for him. And in the end, those three were talking near Hestia's hearth alone while Naruto was, well, spending some time with the demigods, teaching them on their request of Zeus and, well, Jupiter. You know, I really like Naruto, said Hestia. This is irrational, but I do have incorporated feelings for Naruto-sama. I don't even like man. How did this even happen to me? Said the three of them with golden blush, as Aphrodite then said, love happened in mysterious ways, the three of you. Just found your right soulmate that you were waiting for all this time. As the three of them groaned, because the love goddess always mentioned about this, if you three feel such for him, then you should tell him before he leaves. And so the three of them did. They confessed in the Central Park to Naruto, and Naruto was baffled and shocked and was now blushing red. Wait, what? Are you joking or pulling my leg or something? No, we're not, Naruto-sama. Did the old man Zeus put you up to this? Or the broody Jupiter? No, nobody did. It's the truth. And that is when we see Chaos arrived. Or Hinata. I approve, husband. Wow, you certainly have taken quite a changes, Hinata-chan. As they said, geez, Naruto-kun, I was trying to be serious. As she had a blush on her face. As Naruto then said, you're seriously okay with this? I know you. You won't break their heart. That is how you always happen. And knowing you, well, you really want to explore this world and take a few students now, don't you? Yes, I would love to. You have to seriously visit me once in a while because I tend to get bored up there. And I don't want the three of you to hog over him. We won't. The three of them said in unison. As Naruto then said, fine. I guess I kind of like the three of them as well. And so, there was a huge marriage. And Hinata was the first one to be the bride again because she wanted to. And she was the chaos and she had every right to be. And so after she married, the three of the other married. And so Naruto, and with new life, or well, life after waking up again, after centuries worth of sleep, began in the new world. And Naruto might have taken a liking to Percy, and as well as Grover, and to Annabeth, becoming their sensei and making a Team 7 of his own, and making them the new Hokage. Making them the newest, strongest demigods that ever any god has seen. Because he was going to personally teach them with his brutal teachings of his senses and whatnot. As now we see, this reality was saved thanks to intervention of Naruto, and the gods, as well as demigods, were able to live ever without fighting a war, while the monsters, as well as the titans, have perished, except for a given few who were nice and good ones. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Polo Chia channel as well. And aside from that, if you have any suggestions and recommendations, you can shoot them in the comment section down below. As this is it, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.